The UL mark, ETL mark, and Semko mark are all product safety certifications, but they differ in scope and focus. Underwriters Laboratories all primarily serves the United States and Canada, concentrating on product safety. Intertek's ETL mark has a global scope, focusing on product safety, performance, reliability, and environmental aspects. Semko mark, associated with Semko, primarily targets the European Union, Norway, and Iceland, emphasizing product safety, European Union directive compliance, and electromagnetic compatibility. When selecting a certification mark, there isn't an inherent preference among the three. The choice hinges on the product's intended market and the specific requirements it must meet. The UL mark holds wide recognition in the United States and Canada. The ETL mark enjoys global acceptance, particularly in Europe and Asia. The Semko mark finds its primary use within the European Union, Norway, and Iceland. UL mark concentrates primarily on product safety. ETL mark broadens its scope to cover performance, reliability, and environmental considerations. Semko mark places emphasis on adherence to European Union directives and specific market needs. Some regions or countries might mandate particular certifications, such as UL mark or ETL mark, for certain products. Verifying local regulations is crucial to ascertain the appropriate certification. The cost associated with obtaining an ETL mark generally surpasses that of a UL mark. The duration of the certification process can vary, influenced by both the certifying organization and the nature of the product. UL, ETL, and Semko all maintain strong reputations and are well regarded within their respective safety industries. The optimal choice among UL mark, ETL mark, and Semko mark relies on the product itself, its target market, relevant local regulations, and budgetary considerations. Thoroughly researching the prerequisites for the intended market and taking into account the reputation and expertise of the certification organization is advisable. The choice between these marks depends on several factors. Firstly, consider the target market for the product. If the product is intended for sale primarily in the United States and Canada, the UL mark is a strong choice due to its widespread recognition. For a global market, especially including Europe and Asia, the ETL mark offers broader acceptance. If the focus is specifically the European Union, Norway, and Iceland, the Semko mark is most relevant. Secondly, evaluate the product's requirements. UL mark primarily addresses product safety. If the product needs to demonstrate performance, reliability, and environmental responsibility, the ETL mark provides a more comprehensive evaluation. For compliance with European Union directives, including electromagnetic compatibility, the Semko mark is the most suitable. Thirdly, investigate local regulations. Certain regions or countries may have mandatory certification requirements, specifying either UL mark or ETL mark for certain product types. It is essential to comply with these local regulations to gain market access. Additional factors to consider include cost, time to certify, and the reputation of the certification organization. ETL mark tends to be more expensive than UL mark. The certification process duration varies based on the product and the specific organization. All three organizations, UL, ETL, and Semko, are reputable and respected within their respective safety industries. To summarize, choosing between UL, ETL, and Semko marks necessitates a comprehensive assessment. First, identify the intended market to determine the relevance of each mark in that region. Second, evaluate the product's design and performance aspects to understand which certification best aligns with the product's features. Third, research local regulations in the target markets to ensure compliance with mandatory certification requirements. Fourth, compare the cost and time involved in obtaining each certification. Finally, consider the reputation of the certifying organization. Thorough research and careful evaluation of these factors are essential to select the appropriate certification mark and ensure product compliance and market access. When making a decision, consider these points. 1. Market acceptance. UL is well known in North America. ETL has broader international recognition. Semko is focused on Europe. 2. Scope of testing. UL focuses on safety. ETL includes performance, reliability, and environment. Semko emphasizes European Union compliance. 3. Regulatory needs. Some areas mandate specific marks. Check local rules carefully. 4. Cost and time. ETL can be pricier. Certification times vary. 5. Organization reputation. All three are respected. Do thorough research. To further expand on the differences, let's consider specific examples. Imagine a manufacturer producing a household appliance intended for sale in the United States. The UL mark would be highly advantageous in this scenario, as it is widely recognized and trusted by consumers and retailers in the US market. This recognition can significantly boost consumer confidence and facilitate market entry. Now consider a manufacturer producing industrial equipment for global distribution. The ETL mark would be a more versatile option, as it enjoys acceptance in various international markets, including Europe and Asia. The ETL mark's broader scope, encompassing performance and environmental aspects, can also add value by demonstrating the product's overall quality and sustainability. Finally, consider a manufacturer producing electronic components specifically designed for use in the European Union. The Semko mark would be the most relevant choice, as it demonstrates compliance with European Union directives and standards, ensuring that the product meets the necessary regulatory requirements for the European market. It's crucial to remember that obtaining a certification mark is not merely a formality. It's a demonstration of commitment to product safety, quality, and compliance. The certification process involves rigorous testing and evaluation by independent experts, providing assurance to consumers and regulators that the product meets established standards. Therefore, choosing the right certification mark is a strategic decision that can significantly impact a product's success in the market. This decision should be based on a thorough understanding of the product, the target market, and the applicable regulations. Moreover, it's essential to select a certification organization with a strong reputation and expertise in the relevant product category. Working with a reputable organization can streamline the certification process and ensure that the product meets the highest standards of quality and safety. In conclusion, while there's no single best certification mark, the optimal choice depends on the specific circumstances of each product and manufacturer. By carefully considering the factors outlined above, manufacturers can make informed decisions that promote product safety, facilitate market access, and enhance their brand reputation. The key considerations in determining which mark is best are target market, compliance requirements, and testing scope. In short, the market requirements and local rules determine the mark needed for the product. It is also helpful to consider costs and the certifier's credibility. The UL mark is a strong choice for the US and Canada given its high recognition. The ETL mark is often suitable for global markets. The Semko mark is best for the European Union. When a product must demonstrate performance and environmental responsibility, the ETL mark offers a comprehensive assessment. The Semko mark is appropriate when a product must comply with EU directives. Choosing a certification depends on the product and its market. The UL mark is common in North America. The ETL mark is accepted globally. The Semko mark focuses on Europe. Consider the safety, performance, and environmental factors. Check the local rules. All three options are trusted. Thorough research ensures the best choice. Choosing a certification mark requires careful thought. One must consider market needs, costs, and reputation. To start, focus on which regions will sell the product. Then check what each region demands for compliance. The UL, ETL, and Semko marks all serve different geographic and regulatory focuses. Each has its strengths. Thorough analysis of the market's needs should drive the decision. Also consider the type of product. Some products have specific safety concerns. Others need broad testing. Understanding these needs aids choosing the best mark. Finally, costs matter. Budget and timelines might sway the decision. Research all the marks carefully to decide which best balances needs and resources. In general, There is no single best mark. The ideal choice depends on the product's context. Do research to decide wisely. Choosing the right certification mark is a critical step in bringing a product to market. It demonstrates a commitment to safety, quality, and regulatory compliance. By carefully considering the factors outlined above, manufacturers can make informed decisions that protect consumers, enhance their brand reputation, and ensure their product's success in the global marketplace. Always confirm the latest regulatory requirements. Regulations change. Always verify current standards. Contact the certification agencies directly. Get the latest details. Consult with experts. They provide valuable guidance. Doing so avoids mistakes. It ensures compliance. Choosing the right mark is complex. Careful research is essential. Consider all factors. Make an informed choice. This helps ensure success. Selecting a certification mark involves several steps. Firstly, define the target market. Determine the regions where the product will be sold. Secondly, research the regulatory requirements for each target market. Identify any mandatory certification marks. Thirdly, assess the product's characteristics. Consider its safety risks, performance requirements, and environmental impact. Fourthly, compare the scopes of the available certification marks. Determine which marks best address the product's characteristics and the regulatory requirements. Fifthly, evaluate the costs and timelines associated with each certification mark. Consider the certification fees, testing costs, and the time required to complete the certification process. Sixthly, assess the reputation of the certification organizations. Choose an organization with a strong track record and expertise in the relevant product category. Seventhly, consult with experts. Seek advice from regulatory consultants or experienced manufacturers. Eighthly, document the decision-making process. Maintain records of the research, assessments, and consultations that inform the choice of certification mark. Ninthly, monitor changes in regulatory requirements. Stay informed about any updates or revisions to the standards and regulations that apply to the product. Tenthly, be prepared to adapt. The certification landscape is constantly evolving. Be willing to adjust the certification strategy as needed to maintain compliance and market access. The ETL and Semko marks serve the purpose of demonstrating compliance with safety standards. Each mark provides assurance to consumers, retailers, and regulatory authorities that the product has been tested and meets specific safety requirements. By obtaining a certification mark, manufacturers can demonstrate their commitment to product safety and build trust with their customers. The certification process involves rigorous testing and evaluation by independent experts. This process helps to identify potential safety hazards and ensure that the product is designed and manufactured to minimize risks. The certification mark serves as a visual indicator that the product has undergone this rigorous evaluation and meets the established safety standards. The ETL and Semko marks are widely recognized and respected within their respective regions. This recognition enhances the credibility of the product and facilitates market access. Retailers are more likely to stock products with recognized certification marks, and consumers are more likely to purchase them. Furthermore, regulatory authorities may require certification marks for certain products to ensure compliance with safety regulations. In summary, the ETL and Semko marks play a crucial role in promoting product safety and facilitating market access. By obtaining a certification mark, manufacturers can demonstrate their commitment to safety, build trust with their customers, and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. This contributes to a safer marketplace for consumers and a more sustainable business environment for manufacturers. Always select a certification mark recognized by your target market. Ensure the mark covers your product's specific needs. Comply with all relevant regulations. Prioritize product safety above all else. A trusted mark builds customer confidence. This leads to increased sales and trust. Certification marks provide a competitive advantage. This sets you apart from others. They demonstrate your commitment to quality. A well-chosen mark reduces liability. This protects you from legal issues. It minimizes the risk of recalls. Focus on long-term benefits. Do not only consider initial costs. Safety and quality are worth investing in. Remember that certification is ongoing. It is not a one-time event. Maintain compliance. Update certifications as needed. Partner with a reputable agency. Their expertise is invaluable. They guide you through the process. Always prioritize integrity and ethics. Build a culture of safety in your business. This will contribute to your long-term success. The ETL and Semko marks demonstrate commitment to product safety. These certifications provide a competitive edge. They reassure customers and retailers. Regulatory compliance is essential for market access. Focus on building a culture of safety and quality. This leads to long-term success.